Hello and welcome back to another OmniHeroes video. In this video, I'm just going to discuss what I think about Rift Odyssey being hard locked behind having one copy of Cberus. So, having that one copy of what I mean by this is there is a mode, Rift Odyssey, and in this mode there is a level, and down the dark staircase. Sorry, it's a kid's book. But this Tea Party guest Alice. Why didn't she just do this normally? So just in case you are not aware, every time this boss takes action, I think it's this one, triggers 30 stacks of Holy Shield. 30 stacks of Holy Shield. And every time I attempt to beat this boss, I get to about 25% HP. It is what it is. I've not been here in quite some time. It's been a long time since I've not been able to beat this boss or beat any of these bosses, especially in extreme difficulty. And it seems to be that I need 25% more damage. I don't know where I could get that from. Where could I possibly get that from? I don't know. It's a mystery to me. It really is. I don't know where I could possibly get 25, 25% extra attack to do the damage that I need in order to pass through. Now, anyway, I'm just gonna have a rant about that while I go through Core Cavern. Core Cavern is a very integral part of this new game mode, or at least not new game mode, but it's a very integral part of leveling up now. From last season, they introduced the new pet system, and the new pet system was I didn't like it because it could lead to stuff like this, where you do need Cberus, the the dog that I just put on screen. You do need that unit in order to pass through. I suspect so. Anyway, it may not it may not be hard locked. Yeah, caught myself speaking an untruth, but it may not be hard locked. It may be that you don't actually require Cberus in order to pass through. But I mean, my units are leveled in such a way that I should be able to pass through without any of the seasonal buffs. And what I mean by that is I've been playing this game for 2 and a bit years now. My ascension level, my gear level, all of that is pretty close to the maximum, or as close as one can be to the maximum in this game, because they keep extending it, of course, which is not a bad thing. I don't think that's a bad thing. I think it's a very good thing. But actually hard locking PvE content, especially PvE content that requires that is required, sorry, in order to level up. So there's another part to this as well that I think seems a bit toxic to me. In that, if we jump into over here, we jump into our heroes, we can only level up one EX unit per season. And the reason for that is if we jump into Dahlia, for example, we jump into Transcendence, whatever it's called, I need 10 of these Transcendence cores, I need 10 of these Transcendence cores, and I need 20 Transcendence cores. So a total of 40 Transcendence cores to get Dahlia up to this EX level, to push my units to that next level. Now, the only way to get Transcendence cores is to beat all of these difficulties. So if we scroll all the way down to the bottom here, as you can see, Transcendence cores, you get 5 for beating Hell, get 5 for beating Nightmare, you get 5 for beating Abyss, and you also get 10 for beating Extreme. That is, it works out as a total of 30. So by the end of this season, if you have beat Hell twice, then you'll be able to level up an EX unit, but only one. And if you beat Extreme, you'll be able to level up an EX unit, but only one. Whereas you'll have leftover, effectively. If you are leveling up a specific unit, so for example, if you are going to be leveling up Dahlia, you will need 40. But if you are leveling up a unit like Cleo, for example, where she got to? Here you are. If you're leveling, look, if you are leveling up a unit like Cleo, you will need 15 plus 15 plus 30, so a total of 60. That is still achievable this season, but you do need to beat extreme difficulty. And the fact that it does seem to be hard locked. I mean, normally I could just blitz through these. It'd take me about 10 minutes. I would normally be able to blitz through them without any difficulty whatsoever. And now I can't. I'm still 25% damage short. It just seems a bit coincidental. It just seems a bit coincidental that you do need this Cberus. Now, this is why I'm going through Core Cavern at the moment. As you can see, we are going up against Tiamat. And going up against Tiamat, absolutely fine. We got floor 200 cleared. So let's go ahead, claim all of our goodies. And there we go. We've got 30 Cberus shards. That's 30 out of 90. I can go ahead, jump into the pet merchant, and I can pick up an additional 30 shards as well. But I cannot continue. I cannot continue all the way through to 250, where I need to get to in order to unlock this. Now, it unlocks in 7 days. 7 days all the way through to 250. There's 245. There's 250. And then unlocks in 14 days after that. So there is the possibility that we can. So how many days left? 13 days left. So fear not. Apparently, fear not, because they're giving the thing that they hardlocked, the PvE content, out for free. So if we jump into Sacred Beast Shards down here, as you can see, we've got 60 out of 90, which means I just need to complete stage 250. I will get my copy of Cberus, and I'll be able to do my additional 27, or get my additional 30 shards, and I will be able to do my additional 25% damage. Do I think this is pretty toxic? Yeah, I do, actually. They also reduced Alice as well. When Alice was the boss of Nightmare 100, a lot of people, this was, I think it was last season, because they just released Odin last season. I think it was the first Rift Odyssey of last season. They just released Odin. Odin is a hard counter to this boss. The reason that Odin is a hard counter to this boss is because of the 30 stacks of Holy Shield that this boss applies. And then, following on from that, yeah, Odin has this Wisdom's Eye passive. Odin has a 100% chance to prevent enemies from gaining Holy Shield effect, which means that Alice cannot gain the Holy Shield effect. You just need Leviathan on the team in order to take these minions out, but you also need Odin on the team in order to stop Alice from proccing those 30 stacks of Holy Shield, if you want to push enough damage through, or if you don't want to go ahead and pick up a 3-star Cberus. For me, there are other Sacred Beasts, particularly the Shadow Flame Tiger, or not the Shadow Flame Tiger, sorry, the Ape. The reason that I think the Ape is going to be very important is because in World Arena, Foggy Coliseum, and tournament battles increase the max HP and of all allies by 70%, and defense and damage reduction by 50%, calculated independently. This is going to be, if you don't have this, you're going to be losing in World Arena. Same as with the Phoenix. If you don't have that, you're going to be losing in World Arena. It is what it is. So whatever your priorities are. But what I think is particularly toxic is that, firstly, in order to beat this particular level, you need this unit right here, or you may not need this unit. You may be able to sneak it through with Lachesis. You may be able to steal those Holy Shields with Audrey. I'm not too sure. In fact, let's try that out. Just while we're here, let's try this out. So we'll jump in. We'll stick Audrey on. We won't be doing anywhere near as much damage without Victoria on the team, but it is what it is. What I want to see is if Audrey can steal these Holy Shields. So we do need to get into round 2 for that to happen. That's absolutely fine. So this minion goes down, spot on. We get our Relic procs. And we reflect back, and we reflect back here. That's fantastic. Absolutely. Now we just need to sit through Pandora, doing her business. Again, as you can see, not doing as much damage as I've been doing previously. Previously, with Victoria on the team, you skyrocket up to the full whack, effectively. And I've tried this team without Victoria, and I've tried it with, what do you call her? Hela on the team as well. just to give that straight passive boost, and even doing critical hits every single time directly on this boss from the start with Pandora buffed up. So with all of these active, or as much damage and attack as possible, it just seems like a bit. So yeah, from the start of battle, you're doing 349 with Victoria, 349 million. This seems to be a hard cap in how much damage you can do to this boss, and it seems as though all of your other units need to also do 300 and something million, but damage is reduced by 1,000%. So what you're going to do? It is what it is. Now Odin might be able to get up there eventually, but she's doing 8,000 damage compared to the 8,000 million, 300 million that Pandora is doing. So, bit of a difference in damage output. However, so it looks like the Holy Shields have gone down because we've been able to take the minions out, but she's not taking action just yet. So let's see. Oh, she can't because, oh, never mind. Right, okay, so we did a little bit less damage. My apologies. What an idiot. I will take Odin out. Let me pop in Telenas. And we'll jump in. And now we'll see. So Alice has this 30 stacks of Holy Shield that go on. Right, that one's dead. Get this mushroom to go down as well. Yep. Very good. Very good. Right, so all the mushrooms are down, and we could just jump straight in. And again, Pandora, she could be doing more damage. She could be doing way more damage, but it is what it is. I'm not fussed about this run. We're not taking this boss down. Meh. What I want to see is whether or not Audrey can steal these Holy Shields. Flipping heck. And so there we go. We're fully built up with Pandora. Now we get Telenas to perform her ultimate. And we're just waiting for this enemy to take action. And then I want to see whether or not we get... Yep, so Leviathan taking her action, and then Alice to take her action. So she gets the stacks of Holy Shield. I want to see whether or not Audrey can steal those Holy Shields. Because this is just a complete waste of attacks at the moment. Yeah. Just a complete waste of attack. You would need to build a completely different team build in order for this to work the way you want it to. Maybe moving Audrey onto the back row or something. But these stacks of Holy Shield populate at the end of the round as well. Oh, so we did pop all of the Holy Shields, and it only took 30 attacks from Pandora. Meh. No, I'm not down for that. No way. I don't think you can. I don't think you can do it without Odin specifically, because Odin stops the application of Holy Shields, and this boss puts 30 Holy Shields on her every time she takes action, which, again, I think is a bit toxic, to be honest. The fact that you kind of are required to have Odin, a new unit, which is not released in the Oracle shop now for another 2 months, thereabouts, and also you need Cberus. So if you had Cberus prior to this, or you activated the Core Cavern bug right at the start of the season, it gives players an unfair advantage, in my opinion. The players who use the bug unknowingly or knowingly, I don't know. So the bug was that you got all of the rewards for up to floor 300 of Core Cavern when you complete the first mission. I did it on camera. I didn't know what I was doing. I was in the first look in the new what do you call it? First look at the new season. So I challenged one floor, and I got all of the rewards for the first 100 floors, not the first 200 or 300, but yeah, some players have it and some players don't, which, in my opinion, is a bit unfair. But it is what it is. Those players have done well. They've got what they needed to, and on they trot. But for the players who do not have this Cberus, it is more than likely you're gonna have to wait 7 days for this next floor, this next core cavern to unlock, and then it is what it is. So yeah, let me know what you think down below. I'm a bit salty about it probably, but again, maybe if I'd just got Cerberus last season, wouldn't be a problem. But again, I prioritize getting the Phoenix, and I know we are going to get this for free eventually. It just seems a bit ridiculous to lock it behind. I know that game developers need to, make a reason for other players to summon and players to have this. But locking content behind it, I mean, it is what it is. So, thanks very much for watching. I hope you've had good time listening to me have a massive rant about locking this content. But yeah, it is what it is. Thanks very much. You have a great day.